Hello everybody, this is Edgelord, and today I'm going to present a bit of a tutorial on how to play Doom multiplayer, both getting into a server and hosting a server, but usually don't do that. Okay, so quick, short, you need three things. First, you need a game port. The game port is pretty much the engine that makes Doom run, because you can't run that shit on a modern OS anymore. Okay, two, you need the actual game, which is presented through a WAD. If you look in here into the IWADS, you see WAD. Okay, this is the actual Doom thing. You need a game engine to render this. And after you have the WAD, you also need, for the multiplayer part, to have a server browser. You need to have an application that can search through all the servers of Doom and get into one of them. Also, that application is responsible for downloading any other WADs or package 3s that are missing and it needs for mods. Okay, so what you have to do first, the WADs you'll find into tiny.cc/WADs on the internet. You simply just go and type this, and once you do that, you should have the prompt open to download things. Okay, you just download the IWADs. Okay, next, Zenjorum. Now Zenjorum, on this site, zenjorum.com, it's the game engine. You want to go into the downloads and choose whatever is suitable for your computer. I actually take the archive core only because it doesn't come with Doom Seeker, which I find it inferior to Doom Explorer, and also because you can install Doom without needing admin privileges onto your computer. So you go into archive currently and then you download. Okay, this is now done. So you go to then Doom Explorer, which is the server browser, and you'll find this page that looks pretty outdated. It's not. You go to the latest version, Doom Explorer 1.61, which is in here, probably gonna change. After that, you go to download the Doom Explorer, and you also choose archive because yes, you can also install on whatever school PC you want. You then download it, and it should be here. Okay, so now all these three are downloaded. You get them, boom, boom, and the IWADs. You copy them, and then you go to your Doom folder, whatever you want to save the Doom. So I'm gonna put them here. Okay, now extract each of them into its respective folder. What I like to do is to organize them a bit, so I know one place is for IWADs, other places for the Doom Explorer, because each of them is an independent program. So afterwards, you should have all these folders in here. This one is just a folder with multiple mods. I'm gonna show you where to get. I mean, you can go on 4chan's retro gaming board and you can get that. Okay, so what I have to do is now to configure Syndrome or to detect the games that you want to play. So I have Syndrome here. You just run it and then you should quick it. Okay, so it will generate a file which is syndrome slash blindedge.ini. It should be whatever user you have. You go in here, and on the sixth line, you should see in the IWADS search the directories you have here, path dot whatever it is. You get here, and then you replace that with whatever your IWAD directory is. I mean, Syndrome does that, but there are some cases where it doesn't work. Let me just go into the Doom archive and let me get oh wait, actually never mind, let me just paste it here. You paste the path, you save it, Control S, you quit, and then you go to just gonna go here a bit and take the Doom 1 IWAD to put in the IWADs just for the sake of having it. Okay, so once you have all the IWADs in here with all the things, you should go into the drum and test if it works. If you see this appearing in here, it works. You have all the Doom things. Now let's go and configure the drum to be playable, because sometimes you're gonna be surprised that it doesn't out of the box. I mean, it's dependable. Just gonna do this, and I'm gonna play Zendron. Usually people play in Doom 2 because they have more resources. Um, and you have to go to the video. You should, if you're not on full screen, whatever. It doesn't support bigger than whatever you add in here. Um, you don't have to force the aspect ratios, whatever. You just use all the stuff, and you have everything in here. Okay, so after you do this, let me just boot up a game of Doom. Okay, so you have the Doom here. It comes pre-bundled with some mods and modifications. For example, you can now look up and down just for the sake of convenience. So let me just get the sound bit a bit quieter. Yes. Okay. So now what you have to do is to set up some things. For example, controls, which are set like the default controls from Doom, which are really unplayable in 2019 unless you play the original in 93. So fire is on mouse 1. Secondary fire, I put it on control on click 2, click right. Weapon reload, usually you don't really need that. We're just gonna put on R anyways. Weapon zoom, put on whatever you're used to. I have some side buttons on my mouse, so I can use that. Use open, put on E, or whatever you're more comfortable in. But space, you can use it for jump and crouch control. After that, you should be pretty much done with all this stuff. And then you have to set up mid things. I'm just gonna put a player, gonna call it Ed Edge Lords, and you can set up whatever color you want. It's not really that important. Oh fuck, whatever. Um, what you have to do then is to go to HUD options, and you can actually put an crosshair in this. You can use the alternative HUD in order to see all the ammunitions. I think it's pretty decent. It's okay. You can also show time. Um, Pretty useful, at least in the single player. All this comes from the Zendron game engine, so you know the IWADS doesn't really do that. What you have to do, you can also put a crosshair. I usually don't really put a crosshair. Then what you have to do is to set up the display options, which is screen size. Now you're not really used to this size. You can go into Doom. If, for example, you want to play like the normal classic, you have the screen sizes. On 12 or whatever the max number is, it's pretty much no HUD. On 11, it's the minimized HUD. On 10 and below is the normal HUD that you can see with the icon of Doom guy and whatever you want. Just gonna settle on this. Vertical sync, it's also pretty important. Not have screen tearing, and other than that, this is pretty much how you have to set the Doom. Now you can go into full screen, and then again that you can set it up when you are putting Doom and not in Doom itself. Just gonna quit. Yes, I wanna quit. Okay, so now we're done setting up Doom. You have to go and look at Doom Explorer. Now, in the Doom Explorer, you don't even need to use an Androrum in order to open Doom. You can simply go into the Androrum in single player mode. You can use whatever port you have. It actually shows that I have GZ Doom for whatever reason, but I don't. Use Zendron. Choose whatever WAD you want. For example, I'm just gonna use Doom 2 to see. Um, and after that, you want to look at all this stuff. You can set it up in here. And if you start game, it doesn't find Doom. It's wrong. Probably because it also has the configurations done already. It shouldn't come like this. It should come with whatever the default thing is. Yeah, also it does come with this. It has the ini somewhere stored in the computer and not into the portable folder they created. Um, Then it's important to set up the IWADS search for the multiplayer. You go into options, which is this thing here, into WADS section, and you go into all search. It should search for everything. It just gonna do that. But after a while, it finds everything and it adds here. You apply, and then you go to the other ones. For WAD download, the WAD download section is for whatever WADs you've downloaded over the internet to manage all the Doom mods that you see online. You use the WAD download, and I usually prefer to have a folder that is dedicated for putting mods. Let me just go in here and make a folder. Go on downloads, and you have this in here. Just gonna put it in here. Go to downloads, and here it should be. Other than that, you don't really replace all this stuff. You can put whatever you want into the launch game. It's usually whatever nickname you want to have, not demos and other stuff. It's everything here, and you shouldn't change any more in this. You can also search for the LAN server. It's pretty useful. Okay. Uh, Fucking piece of shit. Yeah, I think I actually forgot. Yeah, okay. So you go into the programs and you actually have to you can alt search for this. We're just gonna remove everything in here to add the GZ Doom. You go in here and select Zendrarm or whatever you have. Zendrarm, and then you choose the path for it. Media correct Doom and Zendrarm.exe. And here it is, applied, and you start the game, and here it is, starting out, Doom 2. Okay, after that, you can go online. Now, you go online, and you have all the servers up in here. You can then go to game ports to select whatever port you want to be seen here. I just chose for Zendrarm because I'm not going to install the other ones. And after that, you look for games where you have the WADs. For example, I want to go into this thing in survival. No, let me choose something which. Okay, I'm just gonna go into the server. You see here, I don't have all the WADs or the PWADs. IWADS is the WADs that game is based on. I'm just gonna search the WAD, and you should see Gamota.pk3, which is pretty much another way to. Okay. So you see in here now. Okay, this is a bit different. I mean, whatever you do, this is Doom playing. I'm playing with mods, but you can play whatever you want to play with. You can see in here, everything is run up. I can do it like normal. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. You can now play Doom. I can show you that in full screen, but I'm rather lazy because I didn't set up the recorder. That's pretty much about it. There are not many players on the server, however, it's just to showcase that it works. And that's pretty much about it. Thanks for watching, and see you later.